My father and I have always had a close relationship with each other. However, for the past few months, we've grown further and further apart. Hello, my name is Dylan Xie, and I'll be discussing nonverbal messages, communication, and relationships. Nonverbal communication is an important tool to begin or reassure others when conversing. Now, I'll give an overview of the topic, nonverbal messages, then I'll cite findings from a peer-reviewed research experiment, and finally, I'll apply those findings to my relationship with my dad. The article I will reference is The Role of Facework in Younger and Older Evaluations of Social Support Messages by Scott E. Kaplan and Wendy Samter. The article talks about similarities between and differences between younger and older adults' face expressions when faced with support messages. Kaplan and Samter referenced two studies done that included positive politeness, use of friendliness to avoid giving offense, negative politeness, vice versa, and speak to act communication that involves an action. To see which support messages and or combinations are the most effective to help calm people during conversations. This article extends the understanding of nonverbal messages found on page 41 in chapter 2 and kinesics or body language from pages 48 to 50 in chapter 2. It explains how the way the body moves can affect others' perception of you. In particular, this article talks about facial cues and the perceptive of support messages in those cues. Kaplan and Samter's hypotheses were support messages designed to honor a recipient's positive face will be perceived more favorably than messages designed to threaten those face ones. And support messages designed to honor a recipient's negative face ones will be perceived more favorably than messages designed to threaten those ones. In other words, Kaplan and Samter's hypotheses were asking whether nonverbal messages that acknowledge a person's positive or negative face desires will be better received than messages that challenge them. In the article used two studies, one about younger adults and the other one about older, to come to a conclusion that overall, both identified significant contributions for some message features. The main effects for speech acts and positive politeness, but little of any influence due to the combinations of these features. Kaplan and Samter are saying that through these two studies, they found, while independently some features like speech act and positive politeness had significant contributions by themselves, when combined, these message features didn't do that much. This shows that for both younger and older adults, speech act and positive politeness both independently work and are helpful. As far as I can remember, my father was my closest guardian, who has always cared for me and spent time with me. During my adolescent years, we've slowly grown further apart. The last time I had a lively chat with him was almost half a year ago. Now I'd like to slowly rebuild that connection with him so we can feel close again. Before learning this information, I would just kind of ignore him when passing by and use my phone as a distraction. With this newfound information, I'll take the first step in patching our strained relationship by being more open and inclusive, as well as using positive politeness whenever I see him. I will use nonverbal communication as a first step to restoring my fractured relationship with my dad. Using the article by Kaplan and Samter, I have found ways to support my interactions with my father and will apply these strategies in the near future to my communication skills. Learning these new skills will help me become more interactive and a better communicator in the future. Thank you.